to assessing the educational inclusion of students with a migrant background in Italy and Spain, Giovanna Filosa and Patrizia Rinaldi.
I am Patrizia Rinaldi. I'm Italian. I live in Madrid. I work in the Institute for Migration Research. I have a PhD in Università Granada in migration study. So, mainly in the children's rights, European migration law. When I meet Giovanna, we decide to do a comparison. Giovanna is an expert of education. She works on INVALSI data. So we decide to do a comparison. These are work in progress. We are still working on that. The research puzzle to address. The article aimed to determine how cultural diversity is problematic in the school context, is capable of absorbing cultural diversity and how differences are assessed. So, what are the main things in the student with a migrant background? So, we focus on certification and methods evaluation, education background, the first and second generation of migrants minors in Italy and in Spain. And we decide to, for Italy, use Giovanna in this case, the INVALSI data test for pupils with no Italian citizenship. They are compared with those with their native peers. In the Spanish case, I use two types of evaluation because there is no INVALSI, like said Emanuele. INVALSI is rich in data. In other countries, you have to supply with two sources, two data. The Istituto Nazionale di Valutazione Educativa, INE, and others data collected by regional level. We have to combine two sources. And the theoretical contribution is the agenda, of course, the development, the reduction of inequality and poverty goal through education and evaluation. The main argument, education poverty of minors with a migratory background, integration and the opposite, exclusion, citizenship and the opposite, deviance. So, about the school inclusion of young people. But why? Why is it so important for us now to study this topic? For demographic decline. Dimension of the phenomenon is growing each year. The geographical dimension, Italy and Spain, two countries of the south of Mediterranean with similar culture, both are the border of Europe, and also because in education is a barrier to integration and mainly the risk of school dropout. So we decide to do an empirical design of the study. In Italy, with the result of data, INVALSI data, and the difference between the first and second generation native with foreign. The test on Italian language is mathematics, grade 8, the historical series from 2012 to 2002. The COVID effect and inclusion of the students in Italian school. We use the INVALSI survey for Spain. Two types of evaluation I said before, the Istituto Nazionale di Evaluazione Educativa and the autonomous community. They collect data every 3 years and the national agency every year. So, the general system evaluation, diagnostic evaluation. And the methodology is based on analyzing the rule of the primary Spanish school law. This is important because in Spain, in the last 10 years, changed the governance of education from national level past to regional level with the autonomy of the communities that the regions. Now the regions are the governance of education. So Catalonia, Basque Country, Galicia use their local language, official local language, as vehicular language. It is a big effect, not only for the foreign student, also for national students. So in the paper, here I did historical change on the education law. So we decided to compare this aspect. The treatment of evaluation, the characteristics, the promotion and qualification, other difference we talk after, and the conclusion, as some suggest. Italy, the findings. As we said, half of foreign pupils are from 4 countries. This is the last dossier statistico of 2023. Romania, Albania, Morocco, and China. Then Egypt, India, Moldova, and Philippines. So we see the annual natural change and net migration. See, it's clear. The blue line, the demographic decline, and the spike of immigrant students. In school year in 2021-2022, the non-Italian students are 8,200,000, about 10.6% of the school population. 90.7% of total student population is victim of implicit early school leaving. And the elect early leavers from education and training share 30.1%. It's very high. The dropout school. The dropout is about a CNI citizen. What is a citizen? No, cittadinanza non italiana, no? In Italian. Are about 35.7%. Very high. The Italian student just 11. And an Italian language difficult at 24 points lower than the average. So the Italian language is very problematic. The second generation improve is very little because it's still a 14 points lower than the average for Italian language. This is the historical series, and we see the growth of the immigrant student on total. So we call them, use the Stanowich theory of Matthew effect, the difficult to learning the language of host country. This is really important for learning other languages. The effect on learning mathematics, the understanding, so the mathematics like Emanuele, the same low level, the digital divide effect, exacerbated with the pandemic, but English language, the level is quite good. It is similar to Spain, after I explain why I think. So, the barrier to integration, the difference between the first and second generation, mainly in Italian and mathematics, Italian language and mathematics, the risk of school effect, mainly for the younger, the 18-24, and so the difference between native and first and second generation. And we see the blue and the gray Italian, and gray for the first generation, Italian for second generation and mathematics, and we see the same trend. This is very clear, the difference female and male, the island, the south, the age, the middle or less, middle school or less. So they drop out, the first and the second generation. About Spain, the numbers are more similar because they are, because before us, 87 100,000, now 882. It's true that Spain little low population, but Italy is more or less 44. Italy, I think, is 58 million, no? More or less. But it's the same. 11 on total student body. Italy was 10.6. Around 50 of the total number of foreign students. And there are 30% from Africa. Inside, 70% are from Morocco. It's incredible, because they are the enclave in Ceuta and Melilla, the contiguity. 21 are for Central and South America, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, and Dominican Republic. Also Peru, more than this. 10% for Asia. I found, because I need the survey, 3 types of stress for all these people, so different. The stress of acculturation, because they come with a culture, because we think they come empty. You have to fill them. No, they come with a culture. Resettlement, because very stress, very strong for young people to resettle in another country, another continent, another culture. It is the result isolation of rejection of the school. In Spain, there is also a dualism between public and private school. It's quite normal to go to the private school. It is in 2021, 78 of foreign students enrolled in public school. 66 of Spanish students are enrolled in public school. If you look at the 66 in Madrid, for example, are 32. So just few pupils, national pupils, go to the public school. The average, because they are a little village or little city, they are only one school. Madrid, Barcelona, or Sevilla, the nationals go to the private school. So the first generation of immigrants perform worse than native peers. And the second generation too. The difference is very slight. So, because they clean, so like Emanuele said before, the socio-economic level, the area, maybe they live in scared of the city, and also they don't speak Spanish in family. And also the sense of belonging. So the most significant delay in both cases is the mathematical competence, like Italy, like Norway. In contrast, the Spanish language are quite good, because they come from Spanish speakers countries. So, but the repetition rate for foreigners is 50, than 22 of native. In the second generation, the difference is very subtle, 42. And this gap is also in the second generation. The level in English is high. So the level in English is high. Also in Italy, maybe because they are interested to learn English. And also there are maybe other channels to learn English, like, I don't know, music, series. And also because they think English is a gate for improve their life. Live in Spain, go to Germany, go to Sweden. And also because maybe mathematics is abstract. They are looking for a job, for a better life. So maybe mathematics is abstract. And also the Spanish, or it is maybe also for Italy, to learn Cervantes is not really important for them. The poem of Antonio Machado, Divina Commedia, they're not so important for them. The inside house, they speak other culture. They talk about other things. Or now to do Navarra or Aragon, the history of the royal family, they are not interested in this. So this is my explanation, our explanation, the lack of interest, the lack of belonging. So, this is a distribution. Scheme in the foreign national, they are
The microphone.
Ah, no, sorry. The characteristic of Spanish immigration, they are young, they look for a job, and mainly economics. They don't have no interest to learn Spanish, also to do to stay there. Maybe they want to just earn some money back to Morocco, or back to Peru, or back to Bolivia. They are not really interested. It is the pyramid is the opposite of Spanish nationality. And also in this one, the evolution of proportion of foreign students, we see that the school is different. The infantile is like materna in Italian. No. Primary is elementary, is okay. ESO are primary 6 years. ESO are 5 years, and then Bachillerato high school just 2. Then live at ESO, because that's 15, 16 years the age of work, because they want to work. They want to be plumber, they want to be electricists, they want to work in the restoration, in the, not to go to the university. So I decided to divide the indicators of the educational integration. The first is before entering the education system. So I call integration 1, the access to education. Because no trivial, not only go to the school, not primary. Also, the integration 2, private public school segregation. For me, this is the main point. Because now the public school, I live with my neighborhood, one public school and one private school. In the public school, I'm for South America, Morocco. I see every day this younger. The level 2, during the stay in the education system. So the integration 3, school performance is school dropout. Integration 4, school environment, sense of belonging, and suffering for bullying. And this is the main reason of dropout. And then after leaving, the integration 4. So the young population, the enroll in the university is very small number. So this is a in progress work. I suggest some implication for further research. The education is only one aspect of a complexity of migration-related issue. It's individual and collective, national and territorial. And the effect of acquisition of citizenship on educational outcome. Marilla Boussery did work, papers in France. The acquisition of citizenship, the sense of belonging increase. And so the outcome of education is better, the sense of belonging. Inclusion is a lifelong and life-wide process. And also a unique opportunity for global citizenship education. I think these are early birds, le sentinelle del mattino. They are talking about future. Maybe we have to change the paradigm. We have to move from national to international school. We continue. Our research question is, we can modernize the teaching and overcome the inequality gap. And the hypothesis is the current structure, the current school, maybe is not good enough for inclusion. And also COVID just pop up the problems, but the problems were still there. We present the other outcome in the Netherlands in January, then in SCOE in Lisbon, and then we prepare we are chair of call call for paper, the conference of journal Scuola Democratica, Education and for Social Justice, the University of Cagliari in June. Our panel, the abstract for our panel, are open from Monday, no? It's true? 27 to 10 of February. So Emanuele or they are interested to compare, can send the abstract to you. Thank you.